I think I'm actually changing my mind.
I wish I could take back all the things I said in my...
Hey nerds, what's up? So today I'm going to be doing the Would You Rather BookTube edition tag. And by the way, if you like my makeup today, I actually just did a video on Monday about it. I actually did it with my left hand, which if you're curious, I'm right-handed, so opposite hand day for me. So if you want to watch that video, go check it out. I'll link it down below. Without further ado, let's get into this tag, which the questions are right here. That's why I have this. So number 1, would you rather only read trilogies or standalones? And personally, I think this question would be better served if it was just series in general versus standalones, but maybe they wanted it to make it more difficult, because the problem with this question is neither option lets me read Harry Potter. It's a 7-book series, so what am I supposed to pick? Why was that happening? But if I had to pick between the two, I would probably pick trilogies. It's usually what I like reading more. I like reading like dystopia trilogies better than I like reading contemporary standalones in general. I don't know though, like that would be really hard to only read trilogies. I mean, everyone gets tired of one thing, so that's the problem. But okay. So moving on, number 2, would you rather read only female authors or male authors? And I'm gonna have to go with female authors because the majority of my favorite books are written by females. Now that doesn't mean that the protagonist has to be female or it has to be male. It just means that the author is one gender or another. And I have to say that the majority of the books that I've read and really enjoyed have been written by women. So is a thing, so I'm just gonna have to pick women for that reason. Okay, so number 3, would you rather only buy books from Barnes & Noble or Amazon? And this is another difficult one because honestly, I would rather buy used books or books from a individual owned standalone store like the one that's down the street from my house. Even though it's not used bookstore, it's a new bookstore, but it's a personal owner. Anyway, so between the two, I would probably say Barnes & Noble, even though it's more expensive, because I like going in and looking at books much more than... I don't really buy books off Amazon except for textbooks because the price range, but I really enjoy going into Barnes & Noble or going into the bookstore and like looking at the books, not so much just knowing what I want and picking it. That bugs me. Number 4, would you rather books be made into only movies or TV shows? And that's really hard because the only book to TV show adaptation I know that I really enjoy is Game of Thrones. They are doing a phenomenal job with that series. Other than the adding of the rape scenes that aren't in the book, I don't understand why they have to do that, but that's beside the point. Whereas there are much more books that have been made into movies. Not saying all of them are good, but there have been some really good ones. If we were to say that regardless of what I choose, they're all gonna be phenomenal transitions, adaptations, etc. They're all gonna be great. They're gonna do it right and not change a bunch of shit and all that stuff. I would have to say TV shows because you can usually get more like... If it's a series and you take one book and turn it into a TV show, then you've got, you know, anywhere between 8 and 20 episodes to make that whole book, so you're not gonna lose as much. However, I do have a problem with they often like run out of stuff to talk about that is actually from the book, and then they start just messing with things, and that bugs me. So then movies would be better. So I think I'm actually changing my mind. I'm gonna go with movies because that way they don't have to like keep the series going if it ends. So, but stop doing part 1 and part 2. That shit pisses me off, especially for things like Mockingjay, I mean. Why did you turn that into 2 movies? I mean, we'll see in November if it's any good. It probably actually will be because they did a really good job with the first 2. But anyway, number 5, would you rather read 5 pages per day or 5 books per week? And I feel like out of the ones I've watched, we all agree we'd rather read 5 books a week than 5 pages per day because 5 pages per day would be excruciatingly painful. Are you kidding? Like you would just get into something happening and then have to stop. Like 5 pages, stop. That's all you would get, and it would take you forever to read a book, so then you would never finish anything, so then you would be like so behind on what you want to read. No, that would be terrible. So 5 books per week, that's struggle. That would be difficult, but way better than 5 pages per day. Number 6, would you rather be a professional author or a professional reviewer? And honestly, the choice that I would make isn't one of these two. I would rather be a professional editor because I do not have the creative abilities to make an entire book myself, but I do have an inkling towards grammar and flowing of a story and all that stuff, so I'd really rather be an editor. But out of these 2 options, I would have to say reviewer. It's what I do here, so I already know that I can do it, and being an author would just be too hard. I would never end up writing anything because I don't have the brain for it, I guess. So number 7, would you rather only read your top 20 favorite books in the entire world over and over again, or would you rather never read your favorite 20 books and only read new books? And I'm gonna have to go with the new books because that means you've still gotten to read your favorite books, so you still have them in your memory, but you'll also get to read everything that's out there that comes out. So it gives you a lot more opportunity, even though I am that type of person that rereads her favorite stories over and over again. But I would never want to only read them. Number 8, would you rather be a librarian or a bookseller? And I'm gonna go with bookseller because I don't even know what librarians do other than sit and look at you with crazy eyes because you're being too loud in the library. And I like to talk, so I'd rather be a bookseller and get to talk about the books that are coming out or that are new or that are whatever and sell them to people and get them excited to read, and that just sounds so much fun. Number 9, would you rather only read your favorite genre or everything except your favorite genre? This is the hardest one so far. So I would say my favorite genre is probably dystopian, futuristic worlds. So would I rather only read dystopians or everything else? But I have other things that I do like, other types of books, so I'm gonna go with everything except my favorite genre because I still have other genres that I do enjoy, and so it's not like I would never get to read anything that I ever liked again, and it's more options. Last question is, would you rather only read physical books or ebooks? And once again, this seems to be one of those questions that all of booktubers I've watched do this tag, and myself included, have an easy time answering this question, and it is physical books because there's something about just holding a book that you're reading and smelling it. I just lost my page. That's annoying. And getting to flip the pages and you can see how far you are. Like, I can see that I'm more than halfway done. Like, obviously ebooks give you the percentage or whatever, but it's different when you like can go like this and I go like this and then I put my bookmark there and I'm like, look how far I am. It's so exciting. So yeah, definitely physical books over ebooks. I still choose physical books over ebooks now when I have the opportunity to. I would always pick physical books. So that was the last question of the Would You Rather BookTube Edition tag, and I tag Red from Little Red Reader and Triona from, I can't remember your name, ToxiMoxi? Is that it? I'm sorry that I don't remember your YouTube channel name, but they will both be linked down below, so I tagged them to do this tag, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what your answers would be, or if you did a video yourself, also put it down there so that I can watch it, because I really enjoy watching these tag videos, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!